How to set realistic goals. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to reveal to you a little-known psychological phenomenon that explains why 80–90% of people fail at goal setting, and 3 things you can do to foolproof your goal-setting efforts. Before we dive in, know that I've created this video so you could ask questions. In future videos, I will personally take your questions and answer them, so be sure to comment below with your questions and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out the answer. So the vast majority of people are convinced that they set realistic goals for themselves, but only 10–20% say that they consistently achieve their objectives. The rest of 90–80% of people fail. The reason lies in a phenomenon called planning fallacy, first discovered by Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman and his colleague Amos Tversky. The psychologist noticed that most people and organizations have a tendency to underestimate the time, costs, and effort a task may take them, and overestimate their productivity and motivation levels. So when it comes to goal setting, we tend to focus on the most optimistic scenario for the task, rather than relying on our experience of how much time similar goals usually require. Think back to when you have told yourself you would do something tomorrow, convinced that you would feel more motivated and productive the next day. Were you? Probably not, and it's probably not the only example of the planning fallacy phenomenon in action. According to researchers, most of us are prone to it, whether we are filing tax forms, learning a foreign language, or pursuing our weight loss goals. Without the planning fallacy, our ability to set realistic goals and make better decisions would improve greatly. We would procrastinate less, we would stick with our goals longer, and we probably wouldn't have to rush through the mall on December 23rd looking for the last-minute Christmas gifts. Now, what if you could learn how to set realistic goals and achieve them? Here are a few must-know tips that can help you to make your goals realistic and easier to accomplish. Break your goals into short milestones. Common wisdom says, eat an elephant one bite at a time. Why not adopt the same approach to important life goals? If your goal is to become a best-selling novelist or have a gorgeous-looking body, great. But that's an elephant goal. Trying to achieve it is a surefire way to set yourself up for disappointment and failure. Aiming high is important. Having a big vision for your future is awesome. But it is much easier to get there if you break your big long-term goals into easy short-term milestones. Take baby steps. First, smaller goals allow you to see results faster, thus keeping yourself motivated. Second, they are easier to focus on because you can track your progress and adjust deadlines quicker. Make your goals super specific. I can't stress this enough, and even if you think that your goal is specific, it's probably not, because we are used to thinking in abstract concepts, such as lots of money, gorgeous body, great public speaking skills. But these concepts mean nothing to our subconscious mind, because they are too generic and there is no way to measure or track them. How will you know when you have enough money? Or when your body looks gorgeous, or when you will become a great public speaker? If you share this goal with 10 people, I'm sure that every single one of them will imagine different outcomes. You know that your goal is super specific when another person understands it exactly the same way you do. For example, I want to become a confident public speaker becomes I want to speak in front of 20 or more people in 6 months from now and have a heart rate of 70 beats per minute. Can you feel the difference? I can track this goal. I can focus on specific action steps. I know exactly when I achieve it. Go ahead and do the same for your goal. Make it super specific and you will know in a heartbeat if you have set a realistic goal or if you need to adjust your expectations a little. Measure your actions, not just the progress. All long-term goals like getting in shape, learning a foreign language, finding a better job require consistency. But they don't deliver consistent results, so let me explain this. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds by the end of the summer, it is likely that you will lose the first 5-7 pounds quickly and then hit a weight loss plateau. If you keep aggressively weighting yourself every day to track your progress, then you're likely to get discouraged and frustrated. However, if you take as your goal-setting criteria the amount of cardio you do every week or the amount of calories you consume daily, rather than the number of pounds lost, you will likely to stick with it. This approach works for most goals and New Year's resolutions. If you follow 3 tips above, break your goals into smaller milestones, make them super specific, and measure your action steps, not just the progress, you will soon notice how much easier you accomplish everything you set your mind to. It means that you have learned how to set realistic goals and that you can now help your friends, coworkers, and family members to do the same. Now, if you want to put your goals on steroids and achieve them all in record time, go to arina.ca/goals to discover my 4 little-known goal-setting strategies that will speed up your success. Again, don't forget to subscribe and comment. This is Arina Nikitina on the topic of realistic goal setting.